What's going on, everybody? It's the Hook Cam. Back again, a little bit of news buzzing around right now. Aaron Rodgers allegedly wants out of Green Bay. Super interesting stuff that I'm about to dive into here. Just kind of looking at their draft picks, their free agent signings, and why I think Rodgers is frustrated, and then a little bit of where I think he could go. Going to dive into all of that. Really quick plug for me and the fellas every Tuesday night. The Hook, Eric, Mike, and I go live on my YouTube channel, 5 o'clock Pacific time, 8 o'clock Eastern. If you're interested in us talking some sports, football, baseball, hockey, we'll talk about everything. I mean, they were talking about documentaries the other day. We're all about it. We just like coming around, hanging out with each other, talking a little bit of sports and what else, and having fun. So if you guys want to pop in for that, please do so. That'd be awesome. Every Tuesday at 8 o'clock Eastern and 5 o'clock Pacific. Now, the big news right now, it's Thursday, it's draft day, it's 12:55 p.m. where I'm at, and the world is falling apart, apparently. Aaron Rodgers wants out of Green Bay. That is the news that's buzzing around here. If you've been on my channel, I've talked about my discrepancies with how the Green Bay Packers run their organization. Not necessarily in its entirety run their organization. I think that they're a very, very classy organization. I'm not saying anything against them in that sense. It's just the sense of you have the talent of Aaron Rodgers and you specifically don't help him out. You don't go get him weapons. You don't go get him guys who can win on the outsides. In my opinion, yes, he does have Davante Adams, and I'm not trying to take anything away from Davante Adams. Davante Adams to me is a top 3 route runner in the NFL. He's a top receiver in the NFL. The dude's an absolute savage. I have no questions about that. However, when you look at a guy like Rodgers in his position, he's getting into the later years of his football career. I believe he's 38 right now, which means that he doesn't have forever to still be a quote-unquote elite talent. Now, has he shown any signs of slowing down? No, the dude just won MVP. But if you're in Rodgers' position, you've been playing for the Green Bay Packers forever, you've had one Super Bowl run in which you went to the Super Bowl and won. Since then, it's been a handful of NFC Championship losses or NFC divisional losses and comeback losses to the Seahawks and getting beat by the Buccaneers at home. It's been a plethora of things like that. And with Aaron Rodgers, I would imagine that his biggest gripe with the Green Bay Packers is get me help on the outsides. I need more than just Davante Adams. And we saw this a little bit with Brady in 2019, where it really looked like his weapons had gone. There was no more Gronk. There wasn't a Chris Hogan, a Danny Amendola, a Brandon LaFell. There wasn't anybody like that who could really win on the outsides. And so it put a lot of pressure on Brady and Julian Edelman. If they couldn't run the football, that was where the ball was going to go. And it's super easy for defenses to prepare for things like that. With Rodgers, I see a lot of this happening again. And you look at how the Buccaneers played against the Buccaneers played against the Green Bay Packers in Green Bay, and we saw a lot of that same stuff where it's not necessarily easy, but you can scheme to lock down one guy. You can scheme to lock down Davante Adams and force Rodgers to go elsewhere. Not necessarily saying that that's the way to beat the Packers and Aaron Rodgers is screwed if he doesn't have. No, I'm not saying any dumb arguments like that. I'm not in that camp. You guys know I'm not like that. What I am saying is that if you're Aaron Rodgers and you're back and it's pre-snap and you look at Davante Adams and you know they're going to bracket Davante Adams and that's going to take away, one side of the field. Now you have to go somewhere else where those other guys need to be able to create separation. Those other guys need to be able to win their one-on-one matchups. And they've done a good job running the football. I think that their zone scheme and stuff like that is outstanding with Aaron Jones, and they did a good job retaining him. They go and they sign Corey Linsley this year, just kind of looking at some of their free agent signings, and they've done things to help, but it's almost like they don't want to go all the way in and make a big move for a big-time wide receiver. A guy like Julio Jones, like if the Packers could make a move for him, now we're talking about a different football team, right? But they haven't done it. They haven't picked up like an AB, right? Antonio Brown's floating around last year. I don't know if there was any legitimacy to that rumor, but that's an opportunity for that the Packers missed. And really the biggest thing with me when I look at this Green Bay Packers team and where I think that this relationship started to really deteriorate, was last year during the draft. The Packers drafted with the 26th overall pick last year. The pick before that went was Brandon Ayuk. The next pick was Jordan Love to the Green Bay Packers. When you look at the receivers that they passed up in order to take Jordan Love, They passed up T. Higgins. They passed up Michael Pittman. They passed up Laviska Shenault. They passed up KJ Hamler. They passed up a number of guys who you could plug into this Green Bay offense, play and do well for the Green Bay Packers. And to me, that was such a huge tell of where this organization is headed. We're not going to help Aaron Rodgers. We're going to draft the guy who's going to replace Aaron Rodgers. And in my eyes, I just don't understand why they would do that. It's almost disrespectful in a sense to Aaron Rodgers because of what he's done for that organization, how good he's been, how solid how on his game. I mean, he's one of the best talents to ever pass through the NFL. They passed up T. Higgins and Michael Pittman. T. Higgins had an outstanding year this year. 67 receptions, 908 yards, 6 touchdowns. Michael Pittman, a big dude out of USC. Cat can ball, 40 receptions, 503 yards, and a touchdown. I mean, those are two guys and that can help this organization right now that they decided to not go get. Laviska Shenault, outstanding athlete. But the thing is that it's not like these guys, it wasn't like their athleticism and their talent was hidden. It's not like they're these hidden gems. Oh, I didn't see T. Higgins being a stud this year. We could completely see T. Higgins being a stud this year. And instead of going and drafting somebody who could help Aaron Rodgers right now and who could put this team in a position to put them over the top, not just get to the NFC Championship game, to win the NFC Championship game, to go to the Super Bowl, to be a contender, when they've had those opportunities, they haven't capitalized on them. They haven't gone out and got the guys to help Rodgers. And now all of a sudden, Rodgers says he wants out. Allegedly, the Niners were looking at a trade and interested in trading the 3rd overall and next year's first for Rodgers. I mean, that's what he's going to command. The Packers are going to get a massive they're going to get a massive return in this trade if they do end up trading Rodgers. And I'm sure that they're doing everything they can right now to try and keep Aaron Rodgers there. I've heard that. I've seen tweets that they're offering him extensions. They're doing all this. But in all honesty, if you're in Aaron Rodgers' position, and the Green Bay Packers are offering you extensions, we want you here, we want to keep you here, you're a Packer, all of that, but they haven't done anything to help you and win on the field, then what does that extension really mean? Okay, I get that you want to pay me the money. Can you help me out on the field, actually? Can you go get guys? Can you go make a move for a dude like Julio? Can you go and do things that are going to help me on the field, not just make my wallet fatter? Because that's where I think Aaron Rodgers is. I think that this dude wants to win. I don't think there's any question about that. And people who do question that, I think, are crazy. Aaron Rodgers wants to win. He wants to get out there. But you need to give him the tools necessary. Because Devontae Adams and Alan Lazard and Marquez Valdes-Scantling and those cats, I might be saying the wrong guy, but those guys, it's not that they're not cutting it. It's the fact that they're not putting the Packers up above to that spot where now they're a Super Bowl contender. Right now, they're hovering at that divisional NFC Championship game level. And a team like the Buccaneers is going to go in there and beat them. A healthy 49ers team is going to go in there and beat them. A healthy Seattle team that actually, and Seattle's another one, mind you. Seattle's another one who just doesn't care what happens to Russell Wilson. They don't want to give him the O-line help. Just run around, make it happen. I cannot fathom how you can have your organization and how you can have your receiver, how you can have the clear deficiency at receiver and not go and try and get him help. Because they're not winning on the outsides. And you can cover up a lot with Rodgers. I get it. You can. But still, at the end of the day, the dude needs help. They're not giving it to him. He's sick and tired of it. Apparently, he wants out. We'll see what happens today. Draft day is in 5 hours, 6 hours. It's going to be it's going to be chaos. It's going to be a circus. Now, where do I think Aaron Rodgers could go? There's obviously a number of suitors for people, for teams who could be interested in Aaron Rodgers. First and foremost, just because I'm a Patriots fan, the New England Patriots, I think that there is definitely an interest there. And it's intriguing to the Packers because think about it this way. If I'm the Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to come back. I'm not trading that cat anywhere in the NFC. I'm not sending that man anywhere in the NFC because I don't want to see that dude. I never want to see him again because if Aaron Rodgers comes back, he's going to light up that organization when he plays him. He's going to light up that defense. So the New England Patriots make sense. They're an AFC team. The cap space might be an issue. However, maybe he'd be open to restructuring it. You don't know entirely. Other teams that would make sense, I've heard that the Niners are involved in it. They got to have the draft capital. They got to have the guys. You start thinking about maybe, the 3rd overall this year, 49ers next year, first rounder. Maybe that starts to make sense. The Broncos are another one that might happen. Teddy Bridgewater, they just traded for. I understand that, but if Aaron Rodgers is sitting there and you can move a top 10 pick and your next year's pick for Rodgers, maybe that's the way you go. The Saints is another team that makes sense. However, then you are moving in the NFC. I think the Green Bay Packers are going to try and keep this dude as far away from the NFC and as far away from their schedule as possible, which is why you kind of start to look at AFC teams that might take a chance and that might make sense. You have to think about the Patriots. You have to think about the Broncos. Teams like that, I think, would be in the market for a guy like Aaron Rodgers. Off the top of my head, I'm not entirely sure who else. But yeah, that is my opinion on this for teams that might want to make a move for Rodgers. Maybe the Saints, maybe the Denver Broncos, the New England Patriots. All three of those teams, I think, would very much so be in on this Aaron Rodgers deal. Would very much so be in on this Aaron Rodgers deal. So let me know in the comments below where you think Aaron Rodgers is going to go. Very exciting times. It's going to be pure chaos today when we end up hitting draft time. Finishing this thing off, myself, Eric, and Mike, we're all going to be live right when the draft, actually probably a little like hour before the draft starts. Going to be talking rumors, going to be talking all of that stuff. Come on in, join us. We'd love to have you on there. Going to be really interesting to see how everything goes down. But until next time, guys, I'll see you. Make sure you're staying safe out there. Enjoy this draft day, and I'll see you very, very soon.